Hi, wine pressers. It's me with another thought. Proverbs 3 is one of my favorite chapters of the Bible. And, obviously, like many people, the verse is trust in the Lord, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. That's been a real help for me over my life, and I pray it is for you too. Just to bring out some thoughts and maybe some verses after this from Proverbs chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Folks, that's a choice. I choose to trust in God. It's not a feeling. It's not a whim. It's a deliberate choice. No matter what the circumstances, I choose to trust in the Lord. And I trust in the Lord not a little bit, but I give myself to the trust. I give myself to this. And that's a battle I've found. For me, myself wants to grab back control, and myself wants to cause my understanding of what's happening around for me to be able to do it. But this is all about trusting in the Lord. And trusting in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. For me, that's talking about how we live. So how do I trust fully in the Lord? I live by his precepts and his principles, his values, if you like. So I try and figure out what are the values of God, and I try and live my life based out of them, leaning not on my own understanding. So things like generosity, things like love, things like kindness, things like the fruit of the Spirit, the patience and so forth. I choose to try and align myself with them and lean not on my own understanding. In all my ways, acknowledge him. So everything I do, I try to acknowledge God in the midst of them, and he will make your path straight. So here are some of the values that kind of come out of the rest of the verses. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord. In other words, when the world's wisdom is contrary to God's wisdom, I'm going to fall down on God's wisdom. I'm not going to fall down on my own wisdom or on the world's wisdom, but I'm going to fall down on God's wisdom. Fear the Lord and shun evil. So I'm going to shun evil. So that's things that are of the darkness, things that are opposite of God. I'm going to try and not go that way. I'm going to choose not to go that way because I fear the Lord. And if I do that, the Bible says then, this will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. I guess that's really relevant in what we're going through today, isn't it? We want health for our bodies and nourishment to our bones. The promise here is trust in God and don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. And then it says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. So in other words, that's the value of generosity. As you know, here at Wine Press, we live lives of generosity. Not just in your finances, but generosity of spirit, generosity of goodwill and so on. Obviously, it does include your finances as well here, because it says, then your barns will be full to overflowing, your vats will brim over with new wine. So you need to live out of the value of generosity. And I encourage you to do that, continually to give to God. Give over your finances to God. You can do that through our website, as I've said before, and I encourage you to utilize that. Out of your generosity and your worship of God through your finances, we're able to help people. We're able to encourage folks around us that are in trouble, and we're able to pay staff wages and so forth. And then it says, my son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. I don't know if you discovered this, but discipline can sometimes hurt. But when God adjusts us through his discipline, receive it. Learn quickly, so you don't have to stay in that place. That's what I've found in my life. Hey guys, bless you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your path straight. What a great promise. We are people of promise. God bless you.